You know, I remember getting an email saying, you know, you need to come and meet this lady called Janine Binneman from Janine Binneman Jewellery. And I'm like, okay. And then I did a little bit of research, Googled and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden I got a couple of like, it looked almost like a stalker, you know, like on all my Instagram posts.
Oh, I do like a stalker.
Yeah, and that was like about the day before I met Janine. I'm here with Janine at her place, and this is just an absolutely beautiful place. It's like a home away from home.
Amazing, hey? Like our little treehouse of creativity.
Love it. Absolutely gorgeous. I think there's one big topic that we want to talk about, because when I met her, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so bubbly. She's got like this energy, this zest for life and this oomph. But there was something else that you spoke to me about as well. And I thought to myself, I really would like to get into your mind and find out how you got to where you are. Because to be so inspiring and to be so motivational every day, like, it's a mission. It is a mission. And life can be very hard sometimes. So I want to start out with your journey first.
I think, firstly, when we met, I mean, we're both quite, like, out there, talkative and busy and small and dancing and, yeah, like Duracell bunnies, that's us. But I think once we started chatting, like, you know, you get someone, you get a vibe, and I was like, right, your life is busy, your life is hectic, so is mine. We're busy women, and we try and empower as much as we can, but there's always a deeper story. And, you know, you can pick up, it's like having radar. You can pick up when somebody that has a bit of anxiety or, you know, has dealt with depression, has dealt with any kind of, like, mental, I don't want to call it a disease because it's not a disease. It's a disorder. It's something that you might not be the same as everyone else. And that's where I think we clicked is, you know, our lives are hard and they're busy, and we started talking about anxiety and, you know, how you deal with it as a mother.
Yeah, mother part.
And then that kind of, you know, because we're both career women, we love what we do, but trying to find the balance between being a mom, being a wife, running a business, being a career woman, and also having so much energy. You get to the end of your day where you feel like, please can I just chill, and your mind is going crazy, and it's like you're ticking off all the lists.
Oh yeah,
totally.
And insomnia sets in.
Absolutely.
And you sit there like this the whole time. Yeah.
You just want to unplug. And somehow, like, it's so hard to learn how to unplug.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we started talking about the whole semicolon project. And
yeah, and that's what I really want to chat to you about today. I know that you've designed a couple of pieces, and if you look at some of the pieces, you'll see that Janine's actually got this little, it's like a semicolon on a necklace or a ring, and it looks so, it's beautifully done, and it's done so daintily as well, but there's a deeper meaning behind it, right?
Yeah, I think what we've done, I mean, the semicolon it's a project that was started in 2013, and it's all about creating awareness for people with anxiety, depression, any kind of mental issues, mental disorders. And the semicolon, if you look at it in punctuation, it means that it is the end of an idea, but not the end of your sentence.
Yeah.
And it's there to give you a space to just, for a moment, calm your farm and just breathe.
And breathe, yeah.
And, you know, every time I look at it, because life is busy and I'm a bit hyper, I look at it and I go, oh, yes, I must breathe. Hold on. And you breathe. It's that whole thing of you need to breathe, and you need to sometimes just take a moment to realize what you have as opposed to focusing on what you don't have.
It's the thing,
you know, if you, for example, have a heart condition, you take a tablet for that.
Yeah.
It's the same when you have mental issues. I mean, generally it is because there is a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
And there are various reasons for that. But what I loved about the semicolon project was you can now walk, and you can see people wearing this image. You can see tattoos. You can see tags on walls. Whenever you see this image, this little semicolon, you know that you're not alone. You know that there are other people who have gone through the same thing as you. And it makes you aware, and it makes you empathize.
Yeah.
And our world would be so much better if we could all just empathize with each other and realize, you know what, you've got your shit, I've got mine, I respect yours, respect mine, and let's move on. And I think that's why I love this project.
And I think also more importantly is just to connect with each other, to talk, because there's that part of when you start sharing the struggle and the problem is halved. I love that little bit,
Absolutely.
Those few words that I read, because that was pretty interesting. So in terms of the semicolon project itself, I mean, just go into a bit more detail, you know, as to, I guess, where you see it going in the next 5 years or so.
Oh, world domination. Firstly,
yeah.
You know what? I'd love.
Boom.
Yeah, no, I'd love it to get to the point where having a mental issue is as common as the common cold. Mm-hmm. I would love it to the point where people look at the little semicolon and go, I know what that's about. Mm-hmm. I know what that's about. I get it. I understand. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're weak. Mm. It means that you're courageous enough to ask for help. More than that, we can't ask for. You know, one of my friends said to me, which I absolutely loved, and we've just done a necklace with it, because on our semicolon things, we say my story isn't over yet on one of the necklaces we did, which was actually inspired by a client who had gone through a really hard time. And I said, absolutely, we'll put that on the necklace. This friend of mine who's just done this big round-the-world trip, amazing, took their family, took the kids out of school, both quit their jobs, literally pulled everything they could out of the bank, double mortgage houses, you name it, they did, and they went, right, we are going to go on an adventure for 9 months. And they literally traveled the world with their kids. They've camped, I mean, whatever. But her thing was, she said to me, I'm not lost, I'm on my way.
Oh,
and how, I mean, isn't
powerful.
that amazing?
I love that.
So powerful. So now what we've decided is to use that and combine it with one of our semicolon pieces. Because you know what? You might not know where you're going. You might feel that you're lost. I think, but you're on a journey and you're on your way.
And that's the whole thing. I think we're all on a journey. But some of us want it to be so, you know, directional.
Linear. It's not going to work like that.
I must know what is happening at that point. And you don't have to know what's happening at that point. But life throws you things.
Like so children.
Children.
And that just, I mean, that in itself, toddlers. Nothing goes from point A to point B. There's like 17 stops in between.
I love it. It's like, I'll plan it. I'll be like, you know, I'm that mom. My children are in bed by 8 o'clock. Yeah. And then when it comes to, you know, house time and having to sort everything out, something's always happening. Exactly. It's just, it's absolutely
But what's amazing is that everyone else in your age with those two kids are going through exactly the same thing. It's age appropriate. And this is what we forget. We become so insulated in our lives that you don't realize everyone else is going through the same as you.
So if someone who is going through depression at the moment, or maybe just, you know, not too sure exactly where their lives are heading, perhaps this will give them some sort of, you know, direction, I guess, in a way. I mean, we use direction
just to give them that, to create that space where they can say, you know what, I actually can't do this on my own. Speak to your friend. If you can't speak to your friend, phone your doctor. There are so many amazing groups. Go and check out Semicolon Project.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's the most amazing interactive.
It's like a little community on its own,
And that's where social media comes in.
Yeah.
Because it now gives you a platform to chat where you can still stay anonymous. You could be chatting to people around the world, and you don't have to feel that you are putting your life on a platter and serving it to people. You can have that little bit of shelter because you're being almost anonymous. Do you know what I mean? It gives
at your own time and at your own pace as well.
And whenever you need it, if you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're feeling unsettled or super anxious, or you just feel like you can't physically carry on, there is someone there. You really are not alone. Awesome. And I think that's the most important thing that we can impart to people is you're not on your own. We're all there.
Some depression is a bit longer than others. Like I said, everyone is different. So for me, it was literally a total of 7 months. I had to go on medication, and I spoke to the doctor, and then I weaned myself off after that, and it was about a span of a year, you know. And now it's almost like my mind already knows where it needs to be. And then some people need a little bit more help because it depends on your circumstance, and your situation, and your body.
For me, I know I'm going to be on my meds for the rest of my life because it helps me be who I was before all the trauma.
And that's okay.
And that's fine.
Because some people...
Because I'm fabulous with my poles. There ain't no doubt.
Oh my goodness, Janine, it was so nice chatting with you.
Thank you, my babe. Can we do this once a week?